Right.
All right.
He got a titter. He got a polite titter from his co-host.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go to JV in D.C. JV.
Yeah, hey guys, I just wanted to call and say thanks for making fun of this guy. I tell you, every morning when I get to work, I have to listen to this guy's pukey voice, and I make fun of it in the office. Nobody seems to get the fact that he talks like this all the time. He takes all these stupid contests for caller number 9 and everything else. This guy's the worst.
It is that typical kind of contest radio voice pukey guy. Never really breaks that character at all.
We just live in a different world. Because there's people in their cars that eat up this crap for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. What is it? Is it safe? So you could put it on the moms driving their kids to school.
Who's relating to this?
Can I tell you, once you point out Hacky radio voice to people,
Yeah.
like I used to, when I was in L.A., me and this girl used to hang out, I used to always point out Tom Leykis' voice, and how watch the way he talks like that. And then she's like, I can't listen to him. It's all I think of is how fake his voice is.
Yeah, the phony voice.
Once you point the phony voice out, people always hear it.
You think he walks around using that voice all the time so people recognize him? Because, like in a store, it's like, hey, yeah, I'll take a couple of those. And then people are like, hey, I know your voice. Are you on the radio? I'm Jack Diamond.
Yeah.
Hey,
he seems to be so pompous that he just starts every sentence. Hi, I'm Jack Diamond, and can I have a bagel? Yeah. He's probably one of those.
Hey, Jack Diamond with you. You take a credit card.
Right. Jack Diamond, I'll fill up regular.
Oh, my God. Hawk, Jack has his own band.
Oh, no, he doesn't. Holy jeez, he does. What does he play? He plays the guitar.
All right, well, there's some. Stephen S. From Bayshore says there's some YouTube videos of him actually on stage playing.
The pendulum is swinging back the other way.
Jack Diamond, and this is my version of pendulum. Why don't we take a break and we'll continue with the Hacky show that is called the Jack Diamond Morning Show. All right, let's get back to the Jack Diamond Morning Show. We're featuring this show for Jocktober. Jack starts his cavalcade O comedy. What's this, Sam?
Yeah,
Did you write O?
No, I didn't make that up.
No?
No.
That sounds like a Samism.
I wish I had made that up.
He has a bit called the cavalcade O comedy?
Well, yeah, like I started realizing more and more that he wanted to be like a late-night comedy show host.
Yeah.
And so he gives himself a segment where he just gets to tell jokes. And then the people on the show have to laugh when he pauses.
They have to.
Well, it's...
You think is his jokes from Prep Burger?
Some of them sounded extremely familiar.
Really?
Yeah.
Because we explain that to the people. Like, these morning shows don't even have to do their own work. They hire a service, and their jokes are in their email every morning.
Oh.
Is this the guy? Is this them right here?
Yes, that's Jack Diamond.
I can't stand people who tuck their shirts in.
All right, here we go.
It just gets, oh, God, these stupid shows.
I think Jack Diamond's his real name. Tool.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a man Jim Cramer calls for stock tips.
Who would laugh at that ever?
I
Why would...
That's only funny if it's about a guy from Lehman who just threw himself through a window.
See, that's funny.
It's awful.
Oh, like Jim punched up his joke. Made it better.
Yeah, you helped them out.
I know.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a man Jim Cramer calls for stock tips. It's Jack Diamond on the cavalcade.
I'd rather hear, and now a man Cosmo Kramer calls for jokes.
That's the joke, right?
This guy stinks.
Horrendous.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a man Jim Cramer calls for stock tips. It's Jack Diamond on the cavalcade of comedy.
He's the mad money guy. Are you mad?
Oh, they had to explain who he was. Oh, they had to explain who he was after the joke did nothing anyway. He's the guy, from the show, and he does stock things. Okay.
Guy. Are you mad? Are you mad too?
Actually, I'm pretty happy. The stock market was up 400 points yesterday. I was pretty pleased about that. Well, John McCain was on David Letterman's show last night and admitted he blew it. It's uncertain whether McCain was referring to not showing up for the first time or actually showing up last night.
Yeah. Grilled him.
All right, he's reading this.
That's a prep burger.
This is a prep service.
Wow.
Washington's getting ripped off. They're paying this guy a lot of money, and he's just reading someone else's jokes that comes in his email.
That's all.
You can tell it's reading.
That's all that prep service does, because I was reading the jokes on the prep service website, and they take what happened on either Leno or Letterman and make some kind of joke about it.
I picture these things coming in the morning like he's standing there just waiting for them. Probably this old dusty dot matrix printer. Jokes. These are going to be great.
If you're listening in Washington, you should call the Jack Diamond Show and ask him if he writes any of his own material.
Yeah,
or does he get his entire show from a prep service?
Yeah, ask him anything good from the prep service this morning?
Yeah. He continues with the cavalcade of comedy.
Britney Spears went on trial yesterday for driving with an invalid license. The trial centered on what state Britney called home last year. Her father testified it was the state of Louisiana, and the prosecution maintained it was the state of intoxication. And finally, doctors say if you play...
As he does that joke, a gas fire should break out in the studio. Right in the entrance. They should all be trapped due to a gas fire.
And they're playing the David Letterman music.
I think that's the Conan music.
Oh, the Conan music?
Right.
But still.
It's all the same to me. They're playing. Yeah, why would that be playing in the background?
It's jokes. It's comedy jokes.
Cavalcade.
It's a cavalcade of comedy jokes.
Cavalcade, all right.
And our listeners, without even trying, are coming up with better slug lines than the Mad Money one. A man, Scott Peterson, calls for marriage counseling. They're dopey listeners, and they can write better stuff than this guy's coming up with.
They're calling it Steve's coin purse stomach of comedy. Not quite a cavalcade. That's Pat from Wanaki, of course.
A man, Pete Townsend, calls for web addresses. Barry. See, it's easy. But this guy gets off a prep service.
And finally, doctors say if you play the Bee Gees song, Staying Alive, while giving somebody CPR, or you sing it to yourself, that you have a better chance of saving their life because it has the required 103 beats a minute. Of course, chances are, if you're having a heart attack and hear a Bee Gees song, you might rather die. There's your cavalcade of comedy.
Wow.
You know, the Bee Gees.
Yeah, that's good. You know the Bee Gees.
I love Sam.
What the hell was that?
Oh my God! Do you think the rest of the cast there, the rest of the people on the show, have to go home and just take a shower in fetal position because they were just laughing at that show all day? They just feel like crap.
They don't know how awful they are. No,
you don't think they know? Like,
they have no idea they're frauds.
I would just
they have no idea.
I would frame a paycheck, put it on the wall, so the second I walk into my house, I could just stare at that for a while and know why I go in. Just sit there and go, okay, keep it in perspective. It's for the paycheck.
I just get one of those quarterback things for your forearm and stick it in there. Just look at it every 10 seconds.
Keep looking at your paycheck. Okay.
I'm going to kill myself.
All right.
All right, wait a second.
Yeah. You want more? I don't know.
Yeah, we got to do a little more.
Of course we do.
You do? Jack lists the top ways you know George Bush owns your bank.
There's
Same forced laughter rule applies.
Yes. Well, when he stops...
There's a formula here, Sam?
Yes, when you stop talking, the rest of the people on the show are forced to laugh.
Yeah.
And is this almost like a top 10 list kind of a thing?
Yes, and I believe this obviously came from the exact same source of his cavalcade o comedy.
Okay.
These would be top signs that President Bush now owns your bank.
Alrighty.
95% of the customers hate it. Approval rating.
What's funny about that?
Nothing.
Then he explained it.
What is funny about that?
Nothing.
But he explained it.
We got 2 stand-ups in studio. What is funny about that?
That's kind of amusing if you do it at the White House Correspondents' Dinner and Bush is right there and everyone's uncomfortable. Then I would kind of laugh like as a comic, like, all right, he really swung and missed hard in front of the president. But anywhere else, that's horrendous.